I'm going to track that you're doing it.
Yeah.
Bree just caught on.
Somebody to track for me.
Wait, and Roger's gonna track that he's not tracking.
Yeah.
You know what a cop out. Oh, I'm tracking that I'm not tracking.
I actually tracked today. So
What did you track?
I tracked all the activities that I performed yesterday. So I did that today, like.
So what you're tracking is what you're doing in a day.
And what I'm realizing is if I track in the morning, and the very first thing, if I do, my very first thing is just tracking quickly before I start my day, then it's a perfect time, because all the way until the very last minute of each day, you're getting the most out of it. And I think, Bree, you probably realize when we're going for steps, like I've been seeing steps, and
I know.
Park. Yeah.
I fell off the. Oh, okay. Confession to make. So 3 days, Bree, like we have been like looking at each other's steps, right? I'm staying encouraged by looking at it, and we had to go to Dallas for a family event. The 3 days I couldn't do my steps. I didn't even look at the groups. I don't want to know who did it. I don't want to know how much I didn't do it. How many other places do we just turn our face away from when we know we're not? I had an aha moment.
No, it's true. Guys, the same thing happened to me on Sunday. I was showing homes all day, literally not showing the homes for 3 hours, but driving 3 hours.
Yeah.
The cars, and then showing homes in between, right? Yeah. I was like, oh my God, I didn't do my steps on Sunday. I was like, I got home. I was like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
It rolls around. I'm doing things. And I'm like, it's like 7:30. And I'm like, I didn't hit my steps. And I was like, oh, but I didn't hit my steps the other days. What if they're looking at Step Up? Because I haven't really been looking at Step Up, but I was like, they're really looking. Damn it. So I got on my treadmill, walking along and watching my TV show. And then I was like, oh, I'm at 8,000. That's really, that's my goal, right? And I was like, can I do another 20 minutes? And I was like, yeah, F it, I'll do it.
Oh, those are the best moments when we get to do it, right?
Yeah, it felt good. Then I was like, okay, now I can like sleep well at night knowing I did 10,000.
For everyone that's known about this hack, hats off to you. But really what I'm realizing from our collaboration on our goals is how much being in the proper tribe, being in the right tribe, and how this cohesiveness really causes us to perform at a higher level.
Yeah. Because someone's going to be seeing what you're doing.
Yeah. It's definitely the element of tribe. So I get that. I just recently last week started cold plunging, jumping into the pool outside. And I'm telling you,
oh my God, cold plunging in this weather?
Yeah, in this weather in the pool.
Yes. It's so
when I cross past the people that are going to the pool and about to jump in, we like eyeball each other and kind of like, we're like, yeah, you're one of me, and crazies. And so it's really neat how that works.
We were in Dallas, and the place we were staying at, they had this unique shower where it tells you the temperature of the water coming out of it. And I remember early in the morning, it's like Airbnb, right? We had other families staying with us too. And I didn't want to scream and wake people up. But it was like at one point, 20 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that meant, but it was cold enough for me. I did not convert it into Fahrenheit.
I gotta look because I don't know Celsius.
Yeah. And I did it. I was like, okay, face, hands.
Yeah, that's cold. 68 degrees Fahrenheit. That's cold.
How much?
68 degrees
Fahrenheit. So that's cold?
To me, that seems cold. That's when I put my AC on.
Oh, yeah, then that's cold. All right. Well, Roger. I like this because you can go to the next thing now.
Yeah. So guys, definitely you can read it down below. It says vision goes beyond current circumstances. And more, what I found was that high performers had an idea about their future, and that's what was causing the constant pull. And so when asked about their future, high performers were 7 to 9 seconds quicker in responding on what their future self looks like, or to whenever they were asked questions about their future, they were more coherent in their responses. And so, and the author goes on to talk about most people will only look at their future self once a year on New Year's Eve, right? And he invites us to spend more time looking at that. And I'm going to pause and we can talk about this at any time, but this was really also fascinating to me that high performers typically spend 60 minutes a week thinking about their future self and worked on activities that aligned with that vision. And I'd love to hear what you guys think about that so far.
I think I relate to this last one the most.
Really?
My favorite activity is to.
Think.
I love me some think time. Like I cannot physically work without thinking. Like if I have a call with Bree, I have to think about it for 5 minutes in advance. Like literally uninterrupted time before I get on a call with her to strategize anything. How is it for y'all?
Bree, you want to go first?
Well, when I'm in action, I'm in action.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm thinking, I need to think. But going from like thinking, action, I'm not as quick. Like I have to be like, okay, silence the phone, take off Ring Central, don't look at anything, think, and then action. For me, that works. But guys, you know what's really crazy about this? You know Hoda? I think that's her name. The lady from guys, I'm butchering this. Good Morning America, right?
Okay. I don't know her, but yeah, probably.
I'm sure if you see her face, you'll know her.
Okay.
Anyway, she posted this thing on Instagram.
Mhm.
It was like, go in your notes section in your phone and write what you envision for your future self. So like, and go crazy. Don't like hold back, right? So you're a New York Times bestseller. You've run a marathon. You whatever that looks like for you. Okay. Then you take it and you put it into Chat GPT and you say, create a day in the life of someone like this with your goals.
Oh.
And it breaks down what your schedule would look like as a the first thing you do is create a story of a day in the life, and it kind of tells you what your story would look like. And then it says create a schedule for that person's day. And it kind of creates a little schedule for you so you can take actionable items leading up and you can really envision, okay, if I really hit all of these goals, what does my day look like?
Oh, wow.
Wow. I like ChatGPT. I love ChatGPT.
So what's fascinating about what you just said, Bree, and I did this today, was similar to what you're talking about. So he says, go into your phone and set up notifications. First, pick 3 words that you would use to describe yourself. You know, he has a client that's experiencing a breakdown, and she's really accomplished. She's successful. She's gotten far in her career, but now she's plateaued, and he's giving her this advice on what to do. And he has 3 words that he uses for himself to make sure he's aligned at all times. And he says to go into your phone and set that in your notifications, ringing 3 times a day with like the word that you are associating with. And so I did that today, and it said, you know, you are inspiring, or let's say like, what, I forgot what my 3 were. It's so funny because I just set them up, but I guess that's
What's your words.
I have to like look at my words again. I have them on the board, but like collaborative, caring, you know, and open-minded. These kind of words are there. But I took the exercise a step further. He says, write out your relationships, and then what are the 3 things that you want the people that you love and respect you, right? What do you want them to associate? What words do they want? What words do you want them to associate you with?
You know, I will share with you, you guys are triggering this thought in my mind. I will share with you in 2025 how I'm going about my days and starting the weeks. So the very first thing I remind myself, these 3 cardinal rules, right? I learned it from one of the authors of a great book I was reading. And he said it resonated. And I was like, you know what? Does it resonate with me long enough? And it did. And I'm just reminding myself every day in the morning. I said, number 1, I'm going to surround myself with people who light up when they look at me. I want to be around people who fall in love with me and I fall in love with them, right? Because our work allows us enough exposure to the unknown that serves as a reminder to me that, hey, this is a beautiful world. I love them. They love me. Second is slow is the best way. Slow it down. Anytime, like I have an appointment and I'm about to have a strategy call, right? That's the time to go in action. But until that moment, it's all strategy. So one thing we are reading a book by Gary Kasparov, How Life Imitates Chess. He says such a beautiful thing. He said, strategy is the one thing that cannot be time bound.
Oh,
You cannot do strategy in 10 minutes. It does not, it's a tactic then. Anything that's time bound is tactic because the very nature of where strategy originates from is a place of boundless thinking. And if it is boundless, it's not going to want to be bound by time. And the last thing was the top of one mountain is the bottom of the next one. So when I realized, oh my gosh, I just made a win, I have to humble myself and remind myself that I might be starting all over again on the next call. And you understand what I'm talking about, right? Well, it's not like you put off the fire, you don't know which is the next one. So I feel like we all need to have those reminders in our own world of what we like, that makes us feel good.
yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Rosie, that your personal experience with the words that you're choosing to say to yourself. That's exactly what he says to do.
This is the one place where I hear a thank you from him. Busted.
So Bree, Rosie, I'm going to go through the 6 things that we're all told what
Huh.
we should do if we want to become successful.
Yeah.
And I want to hear what your thoughts are on a few of these, okay? And if they pertain to you and what your experience has been. So one of the things that we're told that will make us become more successful is to work hard, be passionate, focus on our strengths, practice a lot, stick to it, be grateful, and then be grateful. Those are the 6. So does any one of those resonate with you? Do you have a feeling about any of these words, or what has your experience been?
I think that to me, yes, that's just exactly what people always tell us.
Mhm.
You be successful, work hard. Oh, love what you do, and you're never gonna have to work a day in your life. Oh, you got to practice, practice, practice. Keep in the game. Like these are things that you hear all the time.
Yeah.
Um, do I think that it works? Yes. Do I think that there's a limit to it? Yes.
Mhm.
I don't like any one of them.
Yeah, they don't sound fun, but
I
they.
don't like them. It sounds like a punishment. Be grateful. Well, what about the stuff I just give me some time to go back to being grateful?
It reminds me of my conversation when I didn't want to eat my food when I was growing up, and my grandma would say, there's starving children halfway around the world that don't have anything to eat, and I'm sitting there at the pile of veggies that I don't want to eat, and now I'm having to eat them, and it doesn't remind me of any pleasant experience.
Okay,
We were supposed to say don't tell your kid that because I've been telling Ella that, and I've been telling her quit wasting water because people don't have
Water, yeah. Oh my God, stop doing
I used to tell my son, I didn't, I said what he would understand. I said, son, you waste water, fish gonna die. He had more fear of fishes dying with him turning on water. And then he would tell me, Mom, don't water, fish gonna die.
I need to try that one next.
Try that.
No, so Brendon does say that this initially will make people
So
successful.
hold on. What was the whole point of sharing all those 6 things?
Well, those things are what everybody's being told. So we have to first address what
What
we've
we've
been
been taught
told, what we've been taught.
the whole life.
We can go back and fix, like, what is there to fix if you don't, if you can't relate it to anything.
This to me equals success plus then burnout.
That's exactly what he's talking about. His client.
This to me sounds like all burnout and a little bit of success.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's talking about. So, and then there's a few questions that he went in to ask, right? There's like 4 fundamental questions. And these 4 fundamental questions are why some succeed quickly and sustain it, why are some miserable and some happy?